This is the setup procedure for our latest Gymboss timer. The older timers look identical to the newer timers, but there's a slightly different setup procedure. The older timers can be identified by 3 lines of text on the belt clip. The newer timers have 4 lines of text on the belt clip. There's 3 buttons on a Gymboss timer: the start button, the change button, and the next button. The timer will turn off after 5 minutes of no use, and you can turn the timer back on by pushing any button. To enter setup, you push change, and then while setup is displayed, you'll push the next button. You have about 3 seconds to do that. Push change when you see setup, push next. The first step in the setup procedure is to select 2 intervals or 1 intervals. Today we're going to use 2 intervals. 1 interval, 2 intervals. The next step in the setup procedure, we push next button, and we'll be able to set up the time values that you desire. Today we're going to use 1 minute in the first interval and 30 seconds in the second interval. Pushing next, we can now change the flashing digit with the change button. We have 1 minute, now we move next, and continue moving on till we reach the second 0. Push change, we'll 0 it. Next, change. The next step, we'll select the number of repeats for these intervals. Currently it's set at 10 repeats. When setting the number of repeats, you have 3 options. First choice is an exact number of repeats, in this case 10. After completing 10 repeats of these intervals, timer will alarm differently, indicating you are done. The second choice is to set 0, 0 for continuously repeating the intervals up to 99 times. The third choice is for a simple countdown timer. You would select 1. Timer will count down through the intervals, alarm, and stop. You'll need to push the start button to begin timing again. This was called manual on previous models. The next step is to select the alarm type by pushing next. That's beep high. Change will select beep low, vibrate, or any combination of those. We will select beep high. The next step will be to set the alarm duration. The alarm will ring for 1 second, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, or 9 seconds. We'll select 1 second for now. That's the end of the setup procedure. Pushing next, timer will now be ready to use. Push the start button to begin timing. The alarm indicates timing has begun. If you'd like to pause the timer during operation, you need to push the start button 3 times within 2 seconds. The alarm indicates pause has been entered. To resume timing, simply push the start button. To start over, hold the start button for approximately 3 seconds. This will return the timer to the start page. To access the stopwatch function, hold the next button, then push the change button. Stopwatch function is entered. To start it, push start, stop. You may 0 the time by pushing the change button. To exit the stopwatch, back to the interval timer, hold the next button, push the change button. You're back to the interval timer.